a I've never seen a fighter with the kind of defense that Shakur Stevenson has. For me, that includes Floyd Mayweather. I feel like Floyd, all respect to Floyd, but I felt like he was fighting guys that showed their punches before they came. I felt like he was fighting guys that were a step behind where they used to be. And I think that there's no secret of that. That's also coming from somebody that really, I got it honestly, like I started watching, I didn't really start paying attention to boxing until 2016, 2017. I didn't, I did it, but I didn't want to watch it. So,
and a lot of fighters are that way.
I'm just letting you guys know when I'm talking about somebody like Floyd, I didn't see Pretty Boy. I saw highlights of Pretty Boy, but I didn't sit down and watch Pretty Boy like I sit down and watch Tank and analyze these fights and things like that. When I watched Shakur fight, he was making defensive moves, and then guys were throwing a punch.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, you just heard the voice of two-time WBC and IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who is retired and I believe should be a future Hall of Famer, in Showtime Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter made the statement that everybody continues to send me. 30 people sent me this clip to tell me that Shakur Stevenson's defense, undefeated Olympic silver medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified super featherweight and reigning WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, who is 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. So you just heard the clip of Shawn Porter stating that he believes that Shakur Stevenson defense is better than the legend, the icon, 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, former pay-per-view king, beat more world champions than anybody in history of sport of boxing, retired undefeated, 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. Now, key point here to note is that Shawn Porter stated that he only started watching and really paying attention to boxing in 2016, which means if he started watching boxing in 2016, he missed Floyd Mayweather's entire career, because Floyd Mayweather stopped boxing truly in 2015. His last official real boxing match was Andre Berto, and that was September of 2015. So he stated he didn't watch Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather's career. No, you didn't watch Floyd Mayweather's career. If you started watching boxing in 2016, you missed Floyd Mayweather's entire career. He finished boxing in 2015. And that means you missed his entire career. But you missed that Floyd Mayweather had 2 separate careers. And then he stated that Floyd Mayweather fought guys that were have lost the step and that were predictable. That could be no further from the truth. Shawn Porter is my guy. He knows this. But Shawn Porter knows that this was irresponsible for him to say. For one thing, to say that Floyd Mayweather fought guys that were predictable is utterly ridiculous, seeing as though he fought Manny Pacquiao. Juan Manuel Marquez was a counterpuncher. Diego Corrales was a knockout artist. Zab Judah was a quick power punching southpaw. Jose Luis Castillo was aggressive. He fought Canelo Alvarez. Philip Indu, who is 31 wins, 1 loss, no draws. People don't even know who Philip Indu was. He fought the unpredictable awkwardness of DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley, who was 28 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. He also fought Emmanuel Augustus, the drunken master. Early in his career, he fought Carlos Hernandez, who was the pound-for-pound top 10 fighter and the world champion. Gennaro Hernandez. I said Carlos Hernandez. Carlos Hernandez was a very good fighter. Gennaro Hernandez, he fought early in his career, who was a world champion, who was top 10 pound-for-pound, and a Hall of Famer, 38 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, right? These styles were not. And he fought Diego Corrales, who was a knockout, 33 wins, no loss, no draw. Again, this is no slight, no disrespect to Shakur Stevenson, right? He fought Henry Brucelis, then he fought Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Carlos Baldomir, Sean Bay Mitchell, Shane Mosley. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And these guys was coming off the biggest wins of their career. So it's irresponsible to say that Shakur Stevenson, who has not come close to fighting the level of opponents that Floyd Mayweather has fought and showed his defensive prowess in those fights. When Floyd Mayweather didn't want to get hit, he did not get hit. Plain and simple. Didn't matter how old he was. Didn't matter if it was Money Mayweather or Pretty Boy Floyd. The only reason Pretty Boy Floyd got hit was simply because he was super ultra aggressive. Shakur Stevenson is 27 and he's defensive minded. At 27, this wasn't Floyd Mayweather. He was very offensive minded, but at the same time, his defense was top notch. Right? So is Shakur a great defensive fighter? 1,000%. Is he the best defensive fighter in today's era? I believe so. 1,000%. Is he sharp? And to me, it's a work of art. It's poetry in motion. It's beautiful. I love counter punchers and boxers, but to some people it's boring because they don't understand what they're watching. I like the fact that Shakur Stevenson can make you miss in a phone booth. His defense is great, but it's not as great as Floyd Mayweather. Reason being is because Floyd Mayweather made you pay and would stop you with his defense. If you made a mistake against Floyd Mayweather in his defense, you was up out of there. Hence the reason why even when he became Money Mayweather in the second half of his career, that people still wasn't bulldozing him trying to run him over. You know why? Because he had enough pop and understanding that you come in here and you play that game, you're going to be in trouble. Ask Shane Mosley. Canelo Alvarez. Right? To say he fought guys that were predictable is ridiculous because Manny Pacquiao was far from predictable. He fought all different types of styles and creeds. Chop Chop Corley. He got hit versus Chop Chop Corley because he wanted to. Because he wanted to stay in the pocket. You got to understand, he fought Marcos Maidana 2 separate ways. One, flat-footed and aggressive in the pocket. Second fight, he moved around, didn't get hit. 2 separate ways. He chose not to get hit. He had the highest hit to not get hit ratio in boxing history at one point in time. Highest percentage, connect percentage. He was built different. So that was irresponsible for Shawn Porter, who was an actual fighter, to say that you started watching this man's career in 2016. His career was over. When you started watching boxing, you only seen highlights of Floyd Mayweather. You never saw his career. He fought Andre Berto in 2015. He didn't fight. He fought Conor McGregor. That was 2017. 2 years later. I mean, so you only seen Floyd Mayweather as an exhibition. Shakur Stevenson, his defense is great, but is it Floyd Mayweather? No. Reason being is because he's far more defensive minded than Floyd Mayweather, which means that Floyd Mayweather can be offensive minded and defensive minded and still be the highest top-notch hit to not get hit ratio. That's impressive. Against all-time greats and legends. Now, when Shakur Stevenson does it against Tank, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, so on and so forth, then we can start having this conversation. But he got to be offensive too. See, that's the difference. Floyd Mayweather did it against Canelo Alvarez, just rocking Canelo, just counter him, bang, then making him miss in a phone booth, count him again, bang, bang, then making, and these are all-time greats. These are Hall of Famers. Take that into consideration. When Shakur does it against that level of opposition consistently, like Floyd did, then we can start to have a conversation. But that's just starting to have the conversation. Shawn, you got to do your homework, my great brother. Got to do your homework. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Everybody kept asking me about my thoughts on this. What's my thoughts on this? My thoughts is that Shawn Porter is being irresponsible because he needed to pay attention. If you started watching boxing really at 2016, then how could you say such a thing? It just sounds ridiculous. Floyd Mayweather's career was already over. So that's all I got for y'all, man. That's my thoughts on the matter. And Shawn Porter is my guy. Salute to Shawn Porter and salute to Shakur Stevenson. By the way, I got Shakur beating Tank Davis and everybody else. Only question mark I have is the Devin Haney fight for him. And that's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.